The US-China trade war has finally touched Africa over Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. What a cool name. What a cool, beautiful, beautiful African name over the top job of the World Trade Organization, the WTO.
World Trade Organization's effort to select a new leader faces a potential stalemate. This after the Trump administration vetoed a bid by frontrunner Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala.
Welcome, this is ABJ and this is Just Africa. 27 delegations at the WTO supported the candidacy of Nigeria's former finance minister Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, except one that threw the entire process into complete disarray, and that country is the United States of America. And why did the US decide not to support Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala?
It's unclear if the United States will be able to force a vote given the already agreed process to reach a decision through consensus, but argue that the South Korean Trade Minister Yoo Myung-hee is a bona fide trade and WTO expert with negotiating experience and therefore cannot support consensus around the Nigerian frontrunner.
That is the official version. And what's the unofficial version? As we say in Africa, when two elephants fight, it is the grass that suffers. To the extent that the United States did not support Nigeria's former finance minister, it tells you the intensity of the conflict between, or the rivalry between the US and China. Even though she is an American citizen, she did not get the support of Washington, D.C. It was just a matter of time before this trade war between the US and China really has its own or a new theater in the African continent. The Chinese have been really busy spreading their tentacles across the world. And if there is one place that the Chinese have been really active in the world, that's on the African continent. And that does not go down well with the United States of America. USA! On a more serious note, figures from 2016 shows that China currently has roughly $5.4 billion of investment in the African continent. But wait a minute, the tricky part comes in. African governments combine owe the Chinese state and private individuals from China a total of $30 billion in debt to China. So this has prompted a lot of people to say debt diplomacy. That's a topic for another day. But by far, America still holds a far bigger sway over the African continent than China does. But the pace at which the Chinese are coming, it's just a matter of time before we all start learning xie xie, ni hao. But of course, this is just a joke, right? A lot of people say the Chinese are coming, it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. This is part of us, mankind. Countries with bigger economies tend to spread themselves out. That is what the Chinese are doing. An African country, any African country would be doing this right now. So the African continent should not be afraid of the Chinese coming. This is a matter of cooperation, business and interaction. We learn languages is part of humanity. We develop ourselves, and that is one of the ways you can develop yourself. That's one of the ways how Europe developed itself, because it spread its tentacle across the world and colonized the rest of the world. The question we should be asking ourselves is, are our leaders smart enough to profit from this whole trade war between the US and China?
The world's leading superpowers are locking horns.
Game on here. A trade war between the United States and China is here.
Over the past 16 months, America and China have been trading blows through tariffs on goods.
We are looking at a reality that has, a 25% tariff on every single product that would come in from China.
The impact is being felt on industries worldwide.
Are Africans ready to profit from the battle between the titans? Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala is a visionary in the African continent, for the African continent. And it's high time that an African woman took the center stage of global politics, global affairs, global issues, you name it.
Rising Africa narrative is not a fluke. It's a trend. It's a trend. And if we continue, if we unleash our youth, if we unleash our women, we may step backwards sometimes. We may even step sideways. But the trend is clear. Africa will continue to rise. And I tell you, business people in the audience, if investment in Africa is not for today, it's not for tomorrow, it's not a short-term thing, it's a longer-term thing. But if you're not invested in Africa, then you will be missing one of the most important emerging opportunities in the world.
How can you not support such a woman? How can you not support such a woman? Indeed, she's powerful, indeed. That's all I had time for on this particular show for this week. Until next time, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, Just Africa, to get more socially conscious videos. I am ABJ, and I'll catch you in the next one.